Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. You might not recognize me, so let me introduce myself. Johnny, Front Tire Adventures. Just picked up the T120 Black Bonneville, and I'd have to say that I'm in love with this little thing already. It's got the little pea shooter exhaust, but there is such a throaty sound. Like, I have my full face on, and there's no windscreen, so you're going to probably pick up some of the sound. But this thing has got, it's all triumph. I love everything about it. Like the weight, under 500 pounds, lots of grunt, lots of torque. When I stop, I put my feet down, my knees are actually bent. And the seating position, like I've had a lot of different bikes. And, you know, for someone that's my size, 5'8", 5'8.5" or whatever, then, you know, your boots on, you're 5'9.5" or something. Then your arms maybe not as long as they should be for some of the bikes. So, you know, everybody's wanting taller bars, adjustable bars, risers, step back, step up. But this, like where my arms are right now and the way I'm sitting, it's so close to the Yamaha and the V-Strom, the sitting position, that I'm almost 90 degrees in everything. My arms are forward, see, and down and relaxed. The wrists are straight in line, not bent up, like, you know, straight in line. So I'm not adding any risers. This is just perfect. There's no tension on my shoulders. I'm sitting on an extremely comfortable seat. And my legs are out, probably like this, and then knees tucked back. Not maybe as aggressive as the V-Strom, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy this feel. So I guess what I'm probably trying to say is that if there was ever a bike that was built for someone my size, this is probably it. And when you have 1200cc with a lot of torque up to 3500 and real smooth handling, then, you know, for what I plan, again, all my touring is going to be adventure touring, so those bikes are built for what I need. This is the home cruiser, but we're putting a windshield on it. I'm putting two leather, like kind of leather side bags and a top box. Well, the top box will come off if I'm home, but I'm always going to have the windshield on. And today it's warm, but there is a coolness. And I'm rolling right along, and I'm not getting beat up. So there's a comfort that way on this bike. So this is going to be just the warm summer nights. This thing is a thrill. It's got rain mode and road mode. Wow. That actually pushed me back in the seat. Not from the wind, but I could feel the seat pulling. Love it. I really, really love it. The beauty of a bike like this, in my opinion, first of all, it being a retro bike, but also being very modern. But it's a motorcycle. I'm sitting on it, and there's the road. so it's, and I'm not going to poo-poo any motorcycle, but I'm tired of 400 pounds of stuff that I probably don't need. And then the thing that I've noticed a lot of, like with my Street Glide, I've got that thing outfitted that it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful bike. And you got to keep it that way to really appreciate the way the bike is built. But when you go out, there's this big fairing in front of you, a batwing, and big fenders and a big cowl underneath and lowers. And within 30 minutes, it's just splattered with bug stuff. And I thought about that, and I was getting exhausted with the idea of trying to make the bike look the way it always should. So I thought about the V-Strom and the Yamaha, and there's just a little teeny windshield and the front part of the red, and that's about it. Like, there's nothing else. You know, a couple little side pieces down the gas tank in the back, you know, and it's about 30 seconds to buff them off. So there's none of that big, long procedure of washing and getting it all the way that you want, and then making sure that the rags are dirt. Like, it's just so much work to that, and it's never really been one of my desires. So that's done. I don't have to deal with that. And this is just a nice little motorcycle. 1200cc is a lot. Under 500 pounds, 6-speed, cruise control. You know, so you get this geared up right with the windshield, you know, to keep the wind off you, because I'm only doing 80. You know, if you get out highway speed 120, 130, yeah, it's going to push you, and it'll be exhausting. And then with the bags for the luggage and the top box for my camera gear and computer and stuff, and then my luggage behind, they're kind of the same way it's always been. Well, you go out and you do 500 kilometers and enjoy yourself. Do it again the next day, and, you know, and make your little trip. Whatever you're doing, like if it's 400 kilometers, like I always said, but instead of coming home, you keep going the other way. And a lot of my trips always were getting somewhere and coming back at an off season, so I had to do those big kilometers. But with a bike like this, no, I want to do a bike like this. I want to go and enjoy all the small roads and small towns. So you might do 400 kilometers a day. It's got a little, almost 15-liter tank, so that's small. But these bikes get about 70 miles to the gallon. So if I get 200 miles, 320 kilometers, I'm extremely happy with 320 kilometers. Because at 200, you want to get off, have your coffee, shake it out, fill it up, so then you're all set. Fill it up at the end of the day. Oh man. Wow. That is a brute. That is a brute. And the little, they call it pea shooter exhaust. Like, there's all kinds of other things you can put on it, but the little pea shooter exhaust that sounds like that stock, I don't want to change that. That's got, you know, just a nice Triumph rumble. As I said, first service is 1,000 kilometers, then it's 16,000. You know, so I'm not thinking that I'm going to put much more than, you know, be in the 5 to 10 range on a bike like this because I'll be touring on the other ones, but I know I've said it many times, and people have said, yeah, okay, John, that'll last for 6 months. But I can see this being one of my last cruiser motorcycles. With the durability of these engines and with the limited amount of kilometers that I'll put on it, the riding style, I'm going to have this for a long time. Beautiful out today. Fit and finish, like the cleanliness and the form on these motorcycles, the handling, you know, the nimble feeling when you're in the turns, you know, because you're under 500 pounds with this kind of torque and horsepower. It's just, you feel it all. And sitting on a seat that's actually a cushion, I've had a lot of bikes, you know, I've had 6 Harleys, I've had a Honda, and some Suzuki's, and dirt bikes, and, you know, different things. So this is my 13th bike, I think. So I kind of know what I'm talking about for me. And this bike is factory engineered and built right for me. And I always wear, like, I wear really good gear now, you know, a nice helmet and the proper gear that the wind doesn't flap and beat on you, that it rolls by. So a windscreen there about this high that keeps it off my chest. And then the proper boots, you know, gloves, all kinds of that gear. Then you just sit on these motorcycles and you just kind of go about your journey, rain or shine. There's no cackle to the exhaust. There's no obnoxious. I mean, I love the sound of my Reinhardts on the Street Glide. But this is a uniquely classical British rumble. Okay, that's probably enough, folks, isn't it? I'll turn it off down here at the next beach. Beautiful, beautiful finish on what they call the clocks. I love the black light. Just really, really impressed. Folks, $13,800. Not counting the options I put on, but $13,800. That's about what I used to pay for, like, a stage 4 engine upgrade. Okay. It's a great day.